Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be fixing something that is a must with the M3. From the beginning of the video, you guys can tell I got H&R lowering springs. I will go over which ones or what version I got, but this M3 is perfect. I have nothing to complain about. It's literally like the perfect spec. Can't find another thing other than the ride height that I can complain about this car. I still can't get over how I found the perfect spec. It's a 6-speed, guys. It's a manual with the red bucket seats. Come on, it looks so nice. And these wheels, the 513s are very popular. You can actually see a lot of people reselling them, like on Facebook and OfferUp and stuff like that. Pictures don't do justice on these wheels. Like, I literally had to see them in person for me to convince myself, because honestly I didn't really care too much about the wheels. I was just gonna get whatever as long as it was red interior with the 6-speed. That's pretty much all I was looking for on the M3. And after I saw these wheels in person, I was like, wow, like if I find it with these wheels, red interior with the 6-speed, I gotta hop on it. And I did, and I can't believe I did it. And it has low miles. I don't know if I brought it up on the unveil video, but I got it at 34,000 miles. It's already sitting at 35. I added like 1,000 miles already in like 2 weeks, which is crazy, but I just can't get over it. Like, I love driving this thing. It's so much fun. But with that being said, the only thing I don't like about the car is obviously the fitment. I'm gonna fix that, but the ride height. It is so awful, guys. Look how tall that looks. It looks like I'm driving a monster truck. The rear looks a lot better. It's a little bit closer, but it's still pretty high up there. Which is why we got these guys. We got some H&R lowering springs. We're gonna go ahead and slap them on. And after I slap them on, I already have the spacers ready to go. I'm gonna throw on some spacers. I'm throwing a nice thick tire in the back. I can't wait. I'm gonna fix this fitment really soon. It's just gotta be patience, because I didn't want to throw on the spacers, throw on different tires, because I didn't know how the ride height's gonna be. So after I slap these on, and I'm gonna measure how good it is, how much space I have and everything, and then that's when I'm gonna be able to throw in either like a 10 mil, 15 mil. I have 15 mils right now, but it just depends if it rubs or not. I might have to throw in a 10 mil and just kind of make it a little smaller, or we'll see. But step one was just getting these guys and throwing them on. And the reason why I didn't go with coilovers or adjustable springs or any of that stuff is, realistically, I love how this thing rides. I just wanted to go with like an OEM plus on the suspension. Honestly, if it was a little lower, I wouldn't have got the springs at all. It does have the adaptive suspension, so I can control it straight from his button. So realistically, I wasn't looking for anything crazy, like a crazy drop. I'm not planning on bagging it, like anything like that. I just need this gap to disappear. After this, it's gonna look so much better. So let's go ahead with the install. So first things first is to actually remove the wheels, which, as you can tell, I already removed the lug nuts. Now that we got the wheel off, we're gonna jump up here, remove all of this area to get to the bolt that should be right here. So now that I removed all the plastics, there's a couple clips you gotta remove. So like I said, before messing around and removing this bolt, we're gonna go down here and mess with this bolt. It's gonna be a 16mm bolt. Just go ahead and remove this one. That's gonna be your sway end link. Once this is removed, I'm gonna push it a little bit to the side, and I already kind of freed up these cables here. One should be for the brake pad sensor, and the other one should be for your speed, the tire rotation sensor. And this sensor over here should be for your adaptive suspension. I believe that's it. So once you remove this one, which is going to be this little clip right here, you can kind of just pop it out, release these from these little like clips. There's 2 right here in this corner, 2 down there, and then 2 right here. You're just going to kind of make them loose. When you pull this whole thing down, this is kind of free to move around and doesn't actually break the cables. But that should be it. Oh, one more thing. There is, on the driver's side, there is this guy right here. Once I get to this side, I'm gonna give you a nice little close-up shot, but this right here is your adaptive headlight. So every time you turn, it kind of like follows you a little bit. So this right here needs to be removed. It should be just like a 10 mil right here. Like I said, once I get this fully removed, I'm gonna do a close-up of that and show you what I'm using to get that removed. So that bolt right there is a 10mm bolt, and then to grab it on from the back side, it's a 12. So that, you need to remove that one, and then like I said, you need to remove this guy right here in order to make it easy. Before actually lifting it up with your jack to compress the spring, lower it a little bit, that way it's nice and easy to remove, because if it's all the way up and it's compressed, this is really hard to remove. So once this is out, this little guy's gonna come out. I think we'll be good. So just like that, we finished up the first one. Axel just got here, so we're gonna knock out the rest of them. He's done suspension quite a few times, so we're gonna knock it out pretty quick. This one, you actually need a special like tool. It's called a, I believe it's called an 18mm open cut socket or something like that. I'll put a picture in the screen, that way you know what I'm talking about. But you need that special tool. I went all over and I couldn't find it, so we kind of just fucked around with a bunch of tools and we actually got it done. So we just used a very shallow 12.18mm, and that pretty much did the job. We go ahead and removed it. So super getaway, don't do it, but this is just the way we did it really quick, just that way we can knock it out at night. So
lift up the boot, just grab the strut from right here. You could either use some pliers if it has a rubber like grommet, or you could use your hand. I used my hand and it worked, and just use the impact gun to remove it.
So basically that's what we did. We held that piece, we put the shallow 12 point in there, let it rip, and it came out. So please don't use that way unless like you're just like us, you're gonna have to do it. So we started a job and I hate just leaving it like that and waiting for a piece to ship and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna knock it out. We're gonna find the tools, we're gonna get it done. So afterwards, this one's done. Yeah, so afterwards we'll find a way to torque it to spec. Or I might even just order it and in a couple days just fucking torque it to spec. It's not like we're gonna do anything crazy with the car. But we got it done, it's complete. It's nice and lowered. I'm gonna put the picture of what he sent me here, because I was literally going store to store trying to find it and he got it done. So I'm gonna put the picture right here, that way you can see the difference between OEM and the H&R lowering spring, which is really, it's a huge difference. It's gonna look super sick, can't wait. So we lifted up the whole car, we're gonna knock out the other three, and then we're gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like. So for the rear, it's super easy. It's just literally 2 bolts. One right here, one right there, and the little link right there in that little corner. So 3 bolts technically, and then you just pop it out. Please use this to kind of compress the spring. When you're taking it off, it doesn't just bounce everywhere, right? So compress the spring a little bit with your jack, and then this is the difference in the rear. Like I said, the rear wasn't too much of a difference. It was already very close when I showed you. The front was a big old monster truck. Like I said, I showed you guys pictures. I wasn't able to show you a full video because that's when I was looking for the tool, but it's a big difference up front, little difference in the back, but it's definitely noticeable. What is it, like just a 1 roll?
Basically.
Yeah, it's about a 1 roll.
1.5.
It's actually perfect, because realistically, like when I shot the video, it was like this much difference off the tire. So now that should bring it up to like almost there, you know? Can't wait to see it. It's gonna look super sick. Fitment's still gonna be super off. The tires are gonna be tucked in, but it's okay. A couple more weeks and I should have all the parts to make the fitment like super flush. And one thing I didn't mention, if you guys have the adaptive suspension in your M3, it's literally just a quick pop out. There's no special tool needed or anything like this. This little suction part's like connected right here. You kind of just pop it off with your fingers, and this little section here, you just make sure to grab it nice and tight and just pop off. But there's no special tool, no nothing, so it's super easy actually to get this off. And then I'm working over here while my brother knocks out the rear. I'm just disconnecting everything. This side is a lot easier because all you have to do is disconnect that sway link connector right there, and then that's it. Like, that's pretty much it. I just disconnected a little bit off of this, so there's some wiggle room. The sensor's still right here, the one that goes right here, and that's it. 3 things, and then this one's ready to go. A lot easier than the driver's side.